I have great relationships with many of my exes. And there's one ex I have in particular where we broke up. We got back together. We broke up properly. And she hated me for a while. I probably blamed her for the breakup. I'm sure we blamed each other. Then at some point, we sort of like calmed down and we went out for dinner. And we sat at the bar. I even remember the restaurant. We sat at the bar and we literally dissected the relationship. And we didn't do it with accusation. What we did was we didn't sit down and say, you did this, you did this, you did this, which is how we were for the previous, 6 months in our minds. We sat down and said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I did this, and I did this. And sometimes the other person affirmed, yeah, you did that, but we showed up with accountability rather than accusation. And at the end of dinner, we hugged each other with immense gratitude because it is so rare that you get to sit down with an ex and not only take accountability for the things that you screwed up, but learn about other things you screwed up and learn about how you were received, even if you thought you were doing things right. And in everything else, if you have a failed business venture, you sit down and you have a hot wash. You sit down and you sort of like go back and see what went wrong so you don't make the same mistakes. You do that in almost every respect of our lives professionally, but very rarely do you ever get the opportunity personally because usually the two people don't want to talk to each other anymore, right? But we sat down, and by the way, there was no expectation that a friendship was going to come out of this. We just sort of like, I don't know why we showed up, but we both did. And we would both admit that it was one of the greatest things we could ever have done because we got to find out how we were in the relationship, which usually you never find out where you are. So to go back to your point, I think feedback is the thing. The only common factor in all our failed relationships is us.